Kia ora, good morning everyone, Rich Wong here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to have a look at this Instant Pro camera sling bag. This is a pretty small camera bag that is storm-proof and it can fit more stuff in it than I thought it could. You can also transform it into different style of camera bag as well. So after using this bag for a couple of weeks, there are things that I really like about this bag, but there are also a few things that I'm not too sure about. So let me share my thoughts with you guys in this review. The Instant Pro Camera Sling Bag is a small 7-liter camera bag. It is created by a British company. The company is pretty young, but so far they have already launched 3 successful campaigns on Kickstarter, and this bag is from one of the campaigns. As the name suggests, it is a sling bag, but it's actually more than that because you can use it as a fanny pack if you want to. So the bag has a removable strap and there is a very nice and strong metal buckle at each end for you to attach it to the camera bag. There are 4 different strap attachment points on the camera bag, so if you want to use it as a sling bag or cross shoulder bag, you can use the 2 strap attachment point near the top of the bag. And if you want to use it as a fanny pack, then you can just get the hidden wing area out from the side of the bag and then attach the strap there. Actually, I would say it depends on how you want to use the bag. You can just experiment and just try the different attachment point and see what works the best and feel most comfortable to you. And technically, you can also use this bag as a shoulder bag, but I find this is probably not the best shoulder bag, and the reason is that the strap doesn't have too much grip, so it's a little bit slippery if you want to use it as a shoulder bag. Well, you can do it, it's probably not the best way to use this bag, to be honest. But this problem is only if you want to use it as a shoulder bag. So if you want to use it as a sling bag or fanny pack, then this is not a problem at all. But apart from not having enough grip, I do really like the strap because it feels very comfortable even though it's not a very wide strap. Now, the strap also has an extra design. For each of these bags, it comes with 2 loop connectors for you to attach it to your camera, and then you can attach the strap to the camera and use it as a camera strap instead. I think that is a very cool idea, but I myself probably won't really use it. The main reason is there is only 1 strap that comes with the bag, which is fair enough. So that means if you want to use the strap on the camera as a camera strap, then the bag doesn't have a strap anymore. So the second problem is, I mentioned before, the strap has a metal buckle on each end, which is very solid and very strong and also looks very premium. However, I don't really like putting metal things close to my camera as it may scratch my camera quite easily. So I would just keep this strap on the bag and won't use it as a camera strap. At least that's my fault. But if you don't agree with me, or you may actually have this sling bag yourself and found this feature very useful, please drop a comment below and let me know. Okay, now let's talk about the design of this bag now. There are 2 versions of this bag. The sample that I received is the X-Pack version, which uses the X-Pack VX21 fabric. This fabric was developed by the German sailcloth manufacturer Dimension Polyene, and it is a 4-layer waterproof fabric, which seems to be really high-tech, but to be honest, I don't really know too much about fabric or sailing. But what I can tell is, it appears to be a very tough and high-quality fabric, and because the bag also uses the YKK weatherproof zippers, so together with this waterproof fabric, Instant rated as a storm-proof bag. Now, I haven't got a chance to use it under a storm, but I try to spray a lot of water onto this bag directly and from different angles, different directions. And after that, I found the inside of the bag is still completely dry. So yeah, you don't need to worry about it too much if you need to use this bag under a bit of rain or even really terrible weather condition. Now, the sample that I received is a white color one, which is a color that I usually would not choose for a camera bag myself because I'm not really the most careful person handling my camera bag. I would place it anywhere, so normally a white color camera bag would probably become a brown or gray camera bag after the first day of usage. But with this bag, it seems to be pretty good so far. So after using it for a few weeks, the bag still looks pretty nice, pretty tidy, and it's still white. Even if I spill coffee onto it, I can wipe off most of the coffee relatively easily. Now, if you spill a little bit too much coffee or the coffee get into some area where the fabrics join together, it may be a bit hard to clean it by just wiping it off, but you can just put it under the water tap and clean it with water and a little bit of soap, and then you should be able to clean it pretty easily like that. The only minor complaint I have is that because I have the white colored version, and when you have a light color material, especially white one, for example, if you are wearing a white shirt, then you can see through the shirt and you can see what is underneath and reveal the color of whatever you're wearing underneath it. So this is the same for this bag as well. So even though this X-Pack VX21 fabric appears to be quite a thick material, but when I look at the bag, part of the white fabric will look brighter and part of it will look darker. So it is a little bit distracting to my eyes. But I have to say I'm quite picky when it comes to things like this, so you may be perfectly fine with it or you may not even notice it. However, if you are similar to me, then you probably don't want to choose the white colored one. One thing that I really like about this bag is, if you look at the outside of the bag, there is not a single logo on the outside at all, so it looks just like a normal sling bag, so I think that is very nice. There's also a different version of this bag, which is the 420D version. Now, I haven't tried that one, so I can't comment about it too much. But by reading their website, it appears the only difference is that the fabric used on the outside is different. Instead of using the X-Pack fabric, it uses the 420D fabric from a Korean company, and that is also waterproof fabric as well. And because of the different fabric, the 420D version is slightly cheaper than the X-Pack version. So I guess if you want better value for money, the 420D version would be the better choice because the bag is basically the same. But if you want something a bit fancy, then you should check out one of the X-Pack version. Okay, now let's have a look at the inside of the bag. First thing I want to mention is the material used for the inside is also very good quality. Everything feels very nice and premium quality. There are two dividers come with the bag, pretty nice thick divider, and the top half is foldable. There's also a small pocket on the side of the divider, so you can put a filter or something small there, so that is a very nice touch. And how much gear you can pack inside this bag? It is quite a small bag after all, instant rated as a 7-liter camera bag. If you are a micro four thirds shooter, you can easily fit a camera with the lens attached and put in the center, and then you can put a few more lenses on both sides of the bag, assuming you are happy to stack lenses on top of each other. It's because the bag has a square-ish shape, so the side of the bag is quite a bit deeper than a lot of other similar size sling bags in the market. So yeah, if you want, you can definitely stack two typical micro four thirds lenses on each side of the bag. And while I think this bag is more designed for smaller cameras, it doesn't mean it won't work for full frame cameras. For example, if I use my Lumix S5, I could put the S5 with a kit lens plus two of the f1.8 prime lens in it quite easily with quite a bit of space left. The bag is pretty well packed all around, so it should protect your camera gear reasonably well. And the main zipper has an anti-thief design. You can secure the zipper to the side of the bag so people can't easily open your bag and try to steal something from the bag. I personally have had experience like that. People try to steal camera gear from my camera bag when I was walking around, and that was even when I was doing a job. There's an area at the back that you can fit a tablet in it. I can fit my 10-inch iPad in it with a little bit of space left. However, because of the position of the zipper, and the bag has quite a rigid design, so to put the iPad in, I have to push and pull the bag a little bit to get it fitted in. There's another storage area at the inside front of the bag. Basically, there are two separate small storage areas that you can put some small items in it. Instant seems to have gone a little bit crazy here because even though it's not a very big storage area, but there are two little pockets at the front for you to put some memory card in, and then there's another divider so that you can put more small items at the front and the back. So for example, you can put a pair of earphones in, but personally I found that area is a little bit too small for most of the accessories or camera gears that I want to carry. I can't even put my keys in there, and I definitely can't put my phone or wallets in there. Now, of course, I could just put these items at the outside front pocket, which is quite a bit bigger and taller, but I do prefer to store the valuable items in the inside of the camera bag. So I would prefer if Instant they didn't divide the inside front storage area into two, and then I will be able to fit my phone, wallets, or any other similar size items there. And now let's look at the outside. Apart from the zipped pocket at the front, which I just mentioned, we also have two pockets on the side of the bag, so you can put a small water bottle or something similar size there. And at the bottom, you have two straps there, so you can tie a tripod or maybe a gimbal there. Not a big tripod, but a small travel tripod is okay. And you probably wouldn't want to attach a full-size tripod to a small camera bag like this anyway. It would be really awkward to carry even if you can do that. If you add up all the camera gear and items that I can store or attach to this Instant bag, for a 7-liter sling bag, I can fit surprisingly large amount of items into it. That really surprised me a bit. But is this the bag that can carry the most amount of camera gear in its class? Well, I can't really answer that because I haven't tried out every single camera bag in the market. But I can definitely fit more gear into this Instant sling bag than my similarly sized Think Tank Turnstile 10V2 sling bag. A lot more actually. It is a very practical bag, and the guys from Instant definitely has put a lot of thoughts and design into this bag. I think overall Instant did a pretty good job, especially for such a young company. But there are definitely things that I want to design differently. Like I mentioned before, the inside front pocket area, I rather is not divided into two, and the strap, I would like it to have a little bit more friction so I can use it as a normal shoulder bag without having to worry about it may slip off from my shoulder. But these flaws, if I call them flaws, are not really huge issues and may not even affect you at all. So overall, it is a very good quality bag, but not exactly cheap. Now, if you like the design or simply just want a camera bag that is different to what most other people are using, then this is certainly not a bad choice.